Hello and welcome to the week 8 season 26 OCC recap thingy. Only a day late. With me, Core Knight, and my co-host Galentio. Say hello, Galentio.
Hello there.
Woo. All right.
You.
So I fell asleep yesterday instead of doing the second half of the OCC recap that we normally do. So we're going to do that now. I'm awake at lunchtimes. um, and we'll get straight into it. He says, realizing he's not as set up as he was supposed to be. There we go, that's better. With the first game of the week, which was Giraffe's game against. No, it was it? Yes, it was. Giraffes, not quite Giraffes, against Alessis's Fire Emblem Awakening, which I think was third from bottom against second from bottom, or maybe bottom against third from bottom. Actually,
Pretty much. What was like that game? It was the last against the third from the bottom. Yes.
yeah, yeah. Um, and after quite a few weeks of complaining about never winning any league games in anything. Oh, wait a second.
I think.
It was an admin result.
Oh, this is an admin result.
I got so excited for
I'm so,
Giraffe. I was like, oh, she won a game. Yay. It was damaged.
I'm so sorry, Giraffe, if you're listening to this later.
I very much doubt she will, but you know.
Yeah, but it's ironic.
Oh,
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Let's put the poop emoji next to the prediction.
I got so excited by that, man. Because
I was
she,
hoping for Alexis to win.
I mean, like, yeah, for obvious reasons, because you're like the other team in the relegation battle, right? So wait, no, it's better for you. This is the best result, right? This puts all of you quite close, which gives you a better chance of not being.
Yeah, but
Oh, this is a
it's
temporary
a
team
temporary
anyway.
team.
Oh, you don't
I
care.
don't care. I'm just playing, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Trying out the star players.
No, well, yeah, it's just like I feel sorry for her when she streams and she gets unhappy. So
Yeah.
it would be nice if she won again. And she plays quite well, and she plays well but slowly, which is a problem when she's
Mm,
playing CCL, where she runs out of time a lot. But in 4 minute turns, she should be doing better than she is, I think. But anyway,
yeah.
let's carry on swiftly. Is it so? I wonder if Alexis is that just Alexis not communicating, or is that
I can check the.
has he given up? Hmm. But
I think he was literally. It was an announced like
oh
vacation.
okay, all right, fine, yeah, yeah.
So
It's not that
it
he's at
was
it's not because he's at
yeah.
the bottom of the table and doesn't want to play.
It was an announce like
Holiday, yeah.
I'm going away for 2 weeks, so I want to be able to play one of the games.
Hmm.
And even with me, you can only play Monday or Tuesday, which kinda makes it very hard for me to play since I'm very busy those 2 days.
Yeah.
So it might just not happen and he gets a concede win from me basically. I already announced that if I can't play, he will get the win from me. We'll see. I can. There's also a small window Friday, but I'll still have to see how I feel tomorrow or if
Hmm.
I have time.
Anyway, moving on to the next game. The next game is your game actually against Dalibor. Um.
This this was much more like close than it seems,
Mhm.
despite all the blocks that it did, and but that's after it snowballed basically. Basically, what happened first drive around turn 5, I found a gap through his defense, and the first movement I did was, oh, I'm just gonna do a cheeky GFI here so I can get a better position,
Mhm.
and I snaked it, which means he stole the ball. I still tried to get the ball with lightning, but then failed a 4+ pass that would make my player just unreachable for him
Mm-hmm.
with the AG5. And then he just scored. On the second half, I gave much more of a fight, despite he kept like stunning my players and everything. And it was close. I was like, if I had like one more turn, I might be able to tie the game. Kind of close, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I put up a good fight, I guess, but yeah, that snake on the first half was really the GG moment, basically, because it left my cage totally open, and he just tackled my ball carrier and just ran with the ball.
Oh, was this a game where there wasn't much in the way of inducements? Were you both pretty close TV wise?
No, I don't think so. I got wizards
No, okay.
and yeah, I got a lot, but like two loners, so I just got the wizard. I think
Yeah.
I don't. I might have gotten a babe, but I don't remember. Like
Mm-hmm.
elves are so like elf loners are so expensive. Jesus.
Well, all the elves basically. You know, that's the main
Although Elven
downfall.
Union are less bad.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Elven Union are cheap at 60k, which is still quite a lot for most other teams, right?
Yeah, well, it's 10K more than an average lineman,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Yeah. All right. So, who do you think bet on Dalibor? Oh, quite a lot of people, but it
Yep,
wasn't me. Boo.
it could very easily been a tie, to be honest. Very easily.
He is a good coach, though, isn't he, Dalibor?
Yeah, he's a good coach. I gave all the fight that I could, but he's a very safe coach.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Carmack gets a point. Danton, 45. Wow. Ethel, yes. See, Ethel's not.
Yeah, Tom.
Ethel's going for the safe things now, isn't he? He's not going for
Yeah.
crazy. Palladius, yes, 22. You obviously bet on yourself, I assume.
Yep. Gonna win the next two games just to have no one have points.
Okay.
We're gonna
Oh,
concede next game on purpose so no one gets points on my games.
oh yeah, of course. Yeah, if you make it an admin game, no one gets points. So that's fine. 46 for Spider. All right, cool. Spider's pretty far out. Oh no, he's not. He's 1 point ahead of Danton. But at the moment, oh, and you are third actually. That's not bad.
Mhm.
All right.
This is one of those match weeks where I have all the weekend free,
Mm-hmm.
but people can only play on weekdays where I'm the most busy. And I'm juggling so many games right now. Jesus.
Yeah, same. I've had some like Saturday is one of my 2 busy days this week, and I've had a bunch of people go, "Hey, can we play Saturday?" No.
Always.
Yeah.
It's always like that.
To be fair, I've got like 8 games to play, and it's only the case with 2 of them, so I can't complain too much. Anyway, so next is Javelin against Papa Nasty's Brilliant Green.
Hmm. Let me see. Yeah, I thought the Necro would do more damage here, but seems not.
Yeah, Claw might. The trouble is, you know, how many hits a Necro going to manage, or how many good hits a Necro going to manage against all this, you know, guard and
It was
strength.
what was pretty close in terms of blocks.
No, you're
Remember,
right. Yeah.
he got EMNG in the Black Orc, but he got close, not close to Legend, but one level from Legend. White died. Mighty Blow piling on.
Oh, that's harsh.
That's like 200 plus TV that the team just lost. Jesus. Apart from that, seems like a normal Ashi game where one scored and the other didn't, and that's pretty much it. Looks simple enough.
Yeah, I mean, as far as we can tell.
Yeah.
I went for a draw again. I'm an idiot. Fine. So
I went for the Necro even. So who voted? It was Ethelred, Philadius,
Yep.
Carmack, and Spider.
And if Palladius had just joined us at the beginning of the season, he's flying through these
Mm-hmm.
in Spider.
Yeah, this at this rate he might get to first some.
I don't think so. I don't think there's enough time in the season left. But you know,
You only have two games left. You have to get everything right. And even so, might not be able to get.
was it? Yeah. So we're doing 20. There's 20 points a week. There's 2 more weeks left. 40 points. You could actually do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Just about.
very unlikely.
Yeah. And you'd have to get. He has to get 40 more points than everyone else. In fact. So that's the real problem.
Hmm.
All right. Next is Spider against Count Mathis.
Have you seen this game? Seems like it was oof. The almost Legends King died. Jesus. And another got AV busted.
Yeah. Count
Is
Mathis' team is quite bashy, if I remember rightly.
yeah, but like Spider can't catch a break this season.
I mean, like I think well, it's cleared a movement niggle armor bust from his team, right? It's just made his team better. Although the new armor
Because
bust on the other skink is what I don't like. It's a real problem.
yeah, but it was even at the AV6 it was a very good skink.
Yeah, true. The block as well helped.
Mm-hmm.
But
Some would say that they have good sure hands, but
hmm.
most people are a bit tryhardy.
That would be me then. I definitely. I'm not sure at this level of development if I change my mind, but I like sure hands more than I like block on a skink.
Mm-hmm.
Just because
Yeah, if you
you know.
and I can if you're getting your skinks blocked, you already failed something.
Yeah, exactly. And whereas I have had games where failed pickups have completely lost me the game, right? So having a reroll there.
But yeah, he has Proxy Gore. Isn't he missing a Saurus?
No, he's
One,
got.
two,
He was missing
three,
Saurus.
4, 5. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. He's missing
So he
Saurus.
has next game you have to buy a rookie Saurus.
Yeah. What? Are you sure it wasn't just missing from this game, and he hasn't actually got?
Let me
I
check
think
the
he
team.
had. I think he still
Might
had.
be at it.
He's got loads of money, so if he needed one, he would have bought one. Yeah, no, he had. He had an MNG.
Okay.
Uh,
But yeah, this team has been quite like for Lizardman, it's been quite bashed out.
I mean that is the trouble, right? This high TV lizards don't fare quite as well.
Mhm.
And also once you get to high TV, like the team is expensive now, and it's carrying injuries, and the injuries like lower its value,
Yeah.
doesn't it? So you're still paying for the movement 6, even though you've got 2 movement 5 Sauruses, and
And
that
he
affects your team's
yeah.
overall value, doesn't it?
And they don't have much leeway with the skills that the Saurus can have. So the team is very one-minded,
Mm,
which is not very good when you're ITV. Like you need some. Even the Bashi team wants some flexibility on ball handling and everything.
yeah.
And he keeps losing skinks. He keeps getting his Saurus like permanent damage, and the team is starting to get worse and worse to the point where I would consider to start with a fresh team, basically.
I mean, I think Spider has already said several times that as long as Sundrop exists,
Mm-hmm.
that is the reason he's not. He's not. I think I think if he was trying to really try hard, he would have done that. He would have
Yeah,
restarted the team already.
it
But
is his faker, basically.
yeah, he's enjoying having a Strength 6 Saurus too much. A Strength 6 Legend Saurus, who maybe has played almost every game of almost every week of the season, right? Almost every week of Blood Bowl 2 OCC. So
Yeah, it's one of like I think it's his team and the Nurgle team, the the one in champs are TCD that are like from season 1, right?
yeah.
I think those are the only two teams that are from the season 1 still.
Coincidentally, I'm playing Cat Mathis next week, so I'm very interested in the fact that he's got two MNGs and a death.
Mm-hmm.
That changes his
Yep.
team considerably against me. Like a less mighty blow tackle as well against my team. I'm very happy to see that.
I think I would go Zara instead of Mighty Zug on this matchup, but he's the one that.
Some strength to Typosaurus or two.
Yeah, but these are Saurus with block all around, so
Yeah,
I would.
two of them have tackle too, so Zara's not that much better.
Yeah, but Zara works better for skin hunting also.
Yeah.
I think like most people underestimate how much movement Lizardmen have. But it's Bretts. The Bretts will at this TV will be the human fouling team archetype.
I mean, Zug did get one of the Kaz, so you know he obviously he did some work.
Yeah, it's I'm not saying that Zug is not bad. It's a much better ogre basically.
And quite a lot of people went for the draw, including me for once. Hurrah! I get a point. Yay!
I went for the spider wing.
Okay, so
Okay.
Palladius.
Danton.
Oh, Danton first.
Palladius, Guido, you and Ratamo.
Guido.
And
Ratamo.
the rat.
Okay, cool. Done.
Done. Now it's your game.
Now it's my game. Who was I playing? What happened? I have no recollection.
Vampires.
Oh, vampires.
You blocked a lot. Jesus.
Yeah, of course. You know the vampires tend to have to base you up a bit. And also I did play extra risky and didn't protect the ball that well because to make sure that I got extra hits in. So that the first drive. So wait a second. I went on defense. He scored quickly. I think Oh no! I did actually. I stopped his first score. I think I stopped his first score. He tried to score quickly. I managed to block it off. No. No, I think he did score quickly, and then it was my drive, and I went up one side, and had a bit of a ruck, but felt safe because although the ball was often on the floor, he didn't have a vamp who could get away. So every time he picked up the ball and then got it a bit further into my end, I had a way of blitzing the ball and getting it down. So I kind of made it a fight and then slowly got removal after removal and kept the drive long as well. So I was considering trying to score quickly, but I think that would have played into the vampires. And also as I managed to start getting removals, the game became easier and easier as there were less vampires on the pitch. I managed to surf one. I managed to KO another one. They bit a thrall and removed it, and like the pitch became a lot freer and easier. And then in the second half, there were so few vamps left that I scored kind of quickly as it was kind of safer. And then I think I turned them over again and scored again. I think that's how it ended up 3-1. If I remember correctly, which may all be wrong. I might be getting that wrong. It might be the other way around. It might be that I stopped his drive, scored in 8 turns, then scored again, then he scored, then I scored. I can't remember, but it's something like that. But It was scary at times, but it was scary as in I can see he's got dice on the ball every turn, but every turn he couldn't get away far enough with the ball, and then every turn I'd get the ball back and get it a bit further back up the field. So the ball was going up and down the pitch a little bit, but each time he was doing that, he was rolling dice that were often resulting in damage to his team, and I was rolling dice that was also resulting in damage to his team. So it just it was a bit of an attrition.
He's very open with his play style of throwing dice at everything.
Well, you kind of have to be a bit with vamps.
Mm-hmm.
Killed a thrall.
Well for him.
I don't remember if that was a bite or whatever. I have a feeling I didn't get that many SPP.
Yeah, for the amount of blocks, I'm surprised he didn't get more SPP.
Yeah, so that was it. So Cheney actually scored the first touchdown. So because I felt that I was under pressure enough that I needed him to score, and he also got a Kaz.
I think I saw this game. You just started KOing everything. Basically.
Yeah, the KOs really helped get out of the pitch, yeah. And then the second touchdown was actually on the All-Ferner, so he picked it up, and also he also got a Kaz as well, and the runner made a pass and got MVP. So wait, no, that's not right. No, the runner scored the other two touchdowns.
No, the runner scored one touchdown and got a
100%.
pass and a cast, I
Oh
guess.
yeah, pass and a Kaz. There we are. Thought there was a pass in
Um,
there somewhere.
what are you going to give the old foreigner when he levels up? Guard?
Probably guard. Yeah, the team really needs some guard. Um, yeah, it's basically guard, isn't it? 100%. There's no
Yeah.
other options.
Okay.
I
Only
need guard.
Karma can you believe that you would win. I voted for a tie if that helps.
And me, obviously, yes. Carmack and me. I was like, what? Didn't I vote for me? Woo,
Yes, you
another
voted.
point. I feel like a lot of the times where I've got points and no one else has, it's because no one else believed I was gonna win a game. Which I guess is good.
Okay.
Boomer
Moving
did
on to
nothing. I think he was scared of Boomer, so I actually stood someone next to Boomer, which gave Boomer punches, but I didn't get to bond with him once. I think that's right.
yeah. His playstyle is very variance based even for vampires, so just in some games happens where he just gets ruffle stomped basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those number of blocks are insane. I like yesterday I had a game with the same amount of blocks but only got like 5 armor breaks all game.
Yeah, I did. I was also maximizing my Yeti hits and getting. I mean, lots of dice on Blodge, but you roll enough dice, you get a few pounds, don't you?
Yeah. I think it's 25 or 30% chance that you'll get a bow onto like 4 dice at least.
It's a 30% chance you get power on 2 dice. So with
Is it?
with 4 dice, it's close to 50. Yeah, it's the same as it's the reverse of something else. What I forget what else. So 70% is the chance of you. Oh, I've forgotten. Oh, red dicing. Yeah. So when you red dice, you got with.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It was 30%, 50% with a reroll. Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Which is pretty good.
Doesn't seem in most of my games.
Yeah. So 30%. That's why when people complain about like, oh my god, so many powers. It's like, well, it's not that unlikely. And with frenzy as well, you're basically you're getting that reroll in there, so you're getting 50%, and you might choose to use a reroll again, and then you've got even more. And with the Yeti, you might. I think I managed to. I think both the Yeti and a couple of the or Cheney blitzes were 3 dies, right? So with 3D against Blodge, you could be rolling like 9 dice to search for a power, which isn't bad at all, right?
Yeah.
Also Cheney having wrestle helped too. There were a couple of wrestle the vampires down and then stomp on them with Dirty Player was kind of helpful.
Of course, that's how you do. Also tried that, but didn't work.
So that leaves the table looking like this at this point in the season. 2 more games left to go. So maximum of 6 points.
Yeah, Papa Nastia is already the champion, I guess. Or it's very difficult for him not to win right now.
He definitely gets promoted.
Yeah, he definitely gets promoted.
And yeah, it would take him losing both his games and Mathis winning both his games.
26 Kazas. He's fighting against Talberg for the Kaz this season.
Yeah. two behind, which hasn't even got Claw. Just has 6 or 8 players with Mighty Blow or something stupid. But yeah.
Like it's easier not to find the player without Mighty Blow on his team.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
Although if you look at the teams that have got big negative numbers on the Kaz, you'll see where he's getting his Kaz from. I think.
From me.
the vampires. Anyway, but yeah, still there's quite a big chunk of players who are basically in the middle. From Count Mathis, I'd argue down to Cronky. Could 6 points? Yeah, like even Cronky could theoretically get into a qualifying position. And if the Vampires win both their next two games, even if they're not in a real qualifying position, there's always that being sucked up by re-rollers from above, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there probably will be
Yep.
some.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like like I think the vampires are the most likely to get relegated by now. But the javelin could also. I don't think Dalibor will be. I think
Oh,
you also have a good chance not to be relegated,
I mean,
considering your matches.
that's a beautiful segue. Let's have a look at what matches are coming up in the following week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so sure. I think my last two matches are. Actually, Alessis might be all right. So maybe we'll see. Anyway,
Yeah,
let's.
could be worse.
Yeah, exactly. Could be worse. Let's have a look at Giraffe versus Crunky Chops, though. So as
Mm-hmm.
the first match, I like to do this within Blood Bowl 2. So all right. So Giraffe's on 1820.
Mm-hmm.
Her team looks pretty healthy. I mean, pretty healthy. She's got a strength 4, movement 8, sure hands, blood stepping ghoul, which is
That
pretty sweet.
yeah, that was the thing that kind of carried her when she tied against me.
I
But
think.
yeah,
Did I play her before it got the strength, or did I? I just I think I KO'd it really early because of my strength up because of Ulf face and Ulf killed removed it. But yeah, something was missing from this team. I can't remember what it was.
mhm.
It might have actually been that one that was missing. Anyway,
She gets a bit of inducements. Might come a bribe for 30K
yeah, I mean
basically.
that's the trouble. These vamps.
I
So
think
yeah,
that's the best thing you can do against these vamps is get a bribe and just try to stomp them out. You have tackle enough to get him down. So
it might even be more because he's got a bit of bank. He might want to buy another thrall. Or do
hmm.
you think it? I mean, I personally like having 6 vampires. So this is the point where I would buy a vampire.
Oh yeah, he, doesn't he have? Oh no, he has 5.
He has 5. Maybe this isn't the game. Maybe another vampire would
6
base.
vampire with 13 players is not
Well, the
very
six
safe.
the 6th vampire would be the 14. Would make 14 players, right?
Yep, but I would get another troll, but since I don't think a naked vampire will make much of a difference on this game. But
I mean, I think a naked vampire would be bad for this game because it basically gives Giraffe a wizard if she wants it.
yes, and a wizard against vampires and wizards not do not mix well because most teams can't like steal the ball from them because they're strength 4. It's hard,
Yeah, but you give them the
and the
wizard.
wizard gives them a way out and a
Yeah.
chance to cast a vampire, which is always good.
Yeah, I agree. But for the sake of wanting to get the vampire now and get it levels as soon as possible, he might see Giraffe at the bottom of the table and think this is the game where I can
Is this the game that?
afford to give away a wizard and still might win. I mean,
Yeah, but
Giraffe's quite new and she is very what's the word? She's very conservative, right? So
mhm.
it's a game that vampires can overrun you quite,
Yeah, but I don't think this is the kind of game for development. It's the kind of game to win and just get out of the relegation zone.
Okay. I've gone
But
for go on. Yeah,
even getting a troll might get the giraffe wizard, so I don't know if it's worth it.
yeah, fair. I definitely think at least a thrall is worth getting just for the team. Like, I think the vampires have played against enough wizards that they can cope with it. But I've gone for a draw. What do you think?
I gone for the Grand Key Shops win, but if because if anyone has the easy way to blitz that ball carrying goal, it's the vampires. Just gaze one corner of the cage and just go to town on Dagu.
Yeah, I definitely think the Vamps will put her under pressure.
Yeah, and I don't think she's a good player to be put under pressure because she's not used to shunter it.
Okay, so and the next game is my game against Count Mathis. So um, both teams are pretty low TV, right? So I now have 12 players, although not a great deal of skill ups.
Wow, you're starting without loners.
Yeah, no loners.
Congratulations.
Uh, 15-30.
Hmm.
Count Mathis is going to have a loner. No, he's not going to have a loner.
No.
Also 12 players, 14-70. So he's getting 60k of inducements.
Well, basically, a apple or a babe, I would say, or a bribe, knowing Count Matters.
Yes.
A bribe against Norse is quite good because of the 87.
Now, there is also a Nuffle Altar in play, right? It's at my home stadium.
Mm. You have
I,
Nuffle Altar?
I have a Nuffle Altar.
Which shouts him.
I could get Bomber for 10k.
It is a player, it's an extra
Yeah.
hand.
What can Brett get for
Let me
70k?
I just had the Steam thingy.
Because maybe that no. Well, I'm not going to get rid of the Nuffle Altar whatever happens, right? So
Bretonians. I would guess they could get for the discount maybe a Dolphar at most or a Willow.
uh, yeah.
Not yeah. After that, it gets way too expensive. Even with
Yeah, I
Nuffle.
don't think they're going to get. I don't. Yeah, that's the point. 50k off. Yeah. So I don't. Yeah. So the next cheapest is Zugs, which is 210. So there's no way they can with the Nuffle Altar. So there's no way they're going to get that.
I would get. In this case, I think I would get the Dolphar. It's an AG4 on a AG3 team, which is always awesome.
Yeah.
Even if it's Dolphar. And it gives him kick, which he doesn't have. Which might help, you never know. Kick is one of those niche skills that can win games, but they're still niche.
I mean, I actually think the Hail Mary pass. I've seen Dolphar win more games with Hail Mary pass than with his kick personally.
Mm-hmm. I would guess so. And well, in terms of movement, is a bit tied with you. Like the blitzers will have a bit more movement. He is only playing with 3 blitzers.
Yeah.
And in 3 blockers, which kind of brings down his AV, but also he has Dauntless, so all your strength might be useless in terms of blocking.
Yeah.
So yeah, like if you can cast some blitzers, one of the blitzers, the game will change basically.
I think even casting a blocker or a couple of peasants will clear the way quite a lot.
Yeah, but the thing with Bretts, they have a lot of control abilities that control the field, but when they start to get removed, their strength in that field starts to diminish rapidly.
Yeah. I tend
It
to
turns
play.
into
Yeah, I tend to play quite spread out as well. So they've got a lot more guard than me, but I'm not sure it'll be that.
yeah, they're good for a respectable old Blood Bowl game where you're positioning and not positioning each other and not casing anyone. But when things start to hit the fan, they sometimes buckle a bit.
So
They
I've obviously voted for me.
yeah, of course. And I think I voted for a no, I voted for your win.
Oh wow.
Wow, I'm even surprised with that one.
Yeah, maybe you changed your mind after looking at the teams, but anyway.
Yeah,
Yes.
looking at the Eddie, I think it will snowball into a KO off or Kaz off, basically. And
we will see. Okay.
they have a lot of guard also.
Yeah, they do.
Careful with
Well,
that.
4, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
enough for Norse.
Yeah, exactly. I wish I had 4. All right, so next is Spider, Lizard, Orca, Man, Cola, Guzzlers against Javelin, Wolves of the Cala.
not a good game when Spider is already feeling bad about his Kaz stats.
Yeah, 11. He's got 11 players. He hasn't got Agi for Stunty for once. So
Hmm.
he's going to be carrying on the movement 9, I assume.
Yeah, the movement 9 or the try to level one of that skink with the 5 SPP. You can
Uh,
also level the sidestep one, but if it's another normal, it will just be a boring skink, basically. Again, like, if that sidestep one gets leveled, I would give him diving tackle. I think he's missing a piece like that right now.
yeah, he's definitely had diving tackle before, but they tend to get killed. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the skinks that's most likely to get killed, yes.
Against Javelin, who's 50k less, but has 12 players and a bribe and a dirty player. So is oh, he only has 10k, so he can't afford to get the bribe.
Yeah, it's a babe. Uh, like all necro games, depends on the werewolf. It just always boils down to the
Yeah,
like they are such good players that it always boils down to them, basically.
will the werewolf kill a Saurus or two, or will it do nothing? Is that what you're thinking?
That
Um,
mighty blow one is very dangerous for the lizard man train,
yeah,
basically. As tackle, it has mighty blow. Even blodge on those stars doesn't matter. The thing that he can do is it's not a good matchup, especially since he lost one of his kings last game.
yeah. Five guard as well
Hmm.
against what a no guard. Oh, one guard. The Crocs has guard.
Yes, three earth. Yeah, it's gonna be a complicated game for Spider. Uh, Javelin also starts to buckle when dice don't go his way, so I voted for Spider. Like, like Javelin is a good coach, but when you're like the ball is on the ground and there's like 6 players around it, and everyone is fighting for it, is that's where his game starts to fall a bit. I think
Yeah, I definitely
he
think I
doesn't.
think Spider is a more accomplished coach
Yeah,
generally.
more experienced also.
Yeah.
But
Um,
Necro is the is always the nemesis of Lizards basically.
yeah, I feel like the Necro team is better by about the same amount that Spider is a better coach, though, if that makes sense. So I've gone, or
Yeah.
similar. So I've gone for a draw, but like I feel like if I had to pick one side, I'd pick Javelins. Actually,
Yeah, also, but I think Javelin's like lack of experience will show in this game.
mm.
If he doesn't dice the Saurus, I think he'll lose. I think like if the wolf gets removed or especially the mighty blow one, might get he might not be able to come up on his own.
It's
But
interesting as
yeah,
well. So like, do you think they'll both be playing hard to win, or do you think a draw is actually possible? Like,
I think they
'cause
both want to win this game. They
yeah,
don't like neither of them want a tie. For
yeah.
example, the Spider doesn't want a tie because he might lose the promotion to champs, and Javelin doesn't want a tie because he might get demoted. Like like me being a temporary team just screwed up someone in the middle ground basically.
Yeah.
So the middle ground is still fighting for their lives despite having like 5 points ahead of the others,
Hmm.
which makes the leaderboard interesting basically.
Yeah. Um, maybe I should move away from a draw. Like if
No
ooh,
one, no one wants to draw in that game. Basically, to screw both of them over.
I agree, but I think they're gonna have to settle for a draw in the end. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah. Like if the Spider won't be happy with a draw, of
No.
course, but he's the one that suffers less from a draw. At least he doesn't get demoted.
Hmm.
He will if he draws, he's almost guaranteed that he won't get demoted. Basically.
Yeah. All right. So next is Brilliant Green, the top team in the division, against Dalibor, who
This
is a bit further down. Who's fifth at the moment.
Oliver still has a good chance to get promoted to champs, and his team is looking healthy.
yeah, is this the point where Papa Nasty's like, well, I've qualified. I don't need to particularly try to win that hard. and could probably
Hmm.
accept a draw. He has 12 orcs, including goblin. No,
The thing is, I don't like how Papa Nastia plays.
oh really?
I don't like his play style, but he's been out bashing everyone, so when the other team doesn't have as much plays in the field, it gets easier, I guess.
I quite like how he pressures as well. I think he does a good job against Spider. He just out removed him, but and against me it was a the Norse melted, and that's what really made it a win for him.
Yeah,
But he puts on the pressure, right? He doesn't. He's not just. Is he just basing? I don't think so. I think the choice of an agi up leap pro tackle guard blitzer suggests more than just bashing, right? Um, and
yes, it's
and his position in the league,
that's still bashing in a way.
yeah,
It's still like if I can't get to you, I'll leap and bash you, basically.
yeah. He's
Um,
1970 and Dalibor is 1900 with only 11 players
yeah, that's the
and
thing.
a
He
bit of
only has
cash.
11 players.
He could buy another player. He could go into 12th. He could scum a
He
wizard.
has the money for it for another lineman.
Would you rather scum a wizard?
I think Dalibor plays better with the wizard than another lineman, yes.
I mean,
But it's the thing. You're basically passing on like yeah, you already so much high TV that I don't think he wants a 12th player because that will even give more inducements to other teams. But in this particular matchup, I think the wizard would make much more of a difference than the naked lineman. Because if it gets to a bashing game, it will just the 12th player won't make much of a difference because he has no skills.
no.
But the thing that might save him more is the having blodge on like on like 2/3 of the team.
Oh, but Papanowski's got tackle everywhere as well, doesn't he?
I
Got
think he has 3 tackle if I'm not
four,
mistaken.
four tackle.
4.
Pretty much all the
Yeah,
blitzers have tackle now.
depends. Like it's gonna be how many ones will Dalibor roll basically.
Yeah, well, I think it also depends a bit on how much guard that Papanowski can get around the ball, right? Because Dalibor does have a strength for witch with jugs that can.
Yeah, but he's very conservative with the witch.
Okay.
In my game, he was protecting the hell out of it. I still got a block in and I could feel him sweat.
Well, I've still gone for Dalibor because I think his coaching was better than Papanowski, but we'll see here.
Yeah, I think his coaching is better than Papianastia, but Papianastia has the meta late game orc team where like tactics, like it's very orc like teamed, which like tactics don't matter. I just punch you.
I mean,
So
like it's important to have a lot of guard and to guard lock your opponent, right? It is a skill. Let's not denigrate it too
yeah,
much, right?
it's not like at ITV orcs and making them clear out other teams is not easy as it seems
Yeah, yeah.
because then you could start getting claw and start getting other teams with a lot of dodge or
Agi 5.
yeah, and ag5 and just steal the ball from under you and
Yeah.
just throw it away and you can't catch them kind of thing. Like you get the polar opposites. Like either teams start to phase out or either teams get good roles and specialize into bashing or agility basically.
Yeah.
And and the orcs still are in that middle ground that's a bit more bashy but not super bashy.
Okay. The last game of the week is your game. Galentio, Temporary Doom against Alessis's Fire Emblem Awakening. Assuming you get to play
Yeah, assuming we get to play.
a bottom of the table clash. Wow, 1360. Where have all your elves gone?
Like it's the same armor as humans and I've been getting cleared out and 1A is much more bashy than this tier. So I think this team is cursed. Like Temporary Doom is very good name for a cursed team, I guess. But
But wait, so you're going to get 3 loners, right? And they're going to be
Yeah.
210, so you actually be 1470, right?
I'll
Uh,
get a star player.
you
I'm at the point like I'm gonna try star players. Have fun with it.
you got a
Like
Niggles player. What's the point in keeping a 1 SPP lineman when you're getting so many loners
because
anyway?
it's the Terminator. Don't remember on Terminator when he gets killed and he comes back in the next movie. He's niggled from the other movie.
Okay, fine. All right. Anyway, so what did I say it was? 1470. No, 1570. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're against Lessus, who's 1860.
What am I gonna get? Let's see.
Oh,
Am I gonna go full derp and get Morg?
wait, wait,
That'd
wait,
be
wait. No,
interesting.
I mean, you can't. You're not that far behind. For a start, Alessis has
Mm.
80k of bank that he's not spent. I guess because he got the last game admin, but
Gets 3 loners though.
at the moment he
Don't
has 3
forget.
loaners, but he could buy 3 loaners and still have a little bit of cash left over.
I still
Yeah.
have nah,
He,
it's
he
I'm
okay.
for,
He can buy 2. He should buy 2 players so that he has 2 less loaners, and he'll
oh
still.
yeah, he has 230, so
Yeah,
I forget.
yeah,
The conceit gave him a lot of money.
yeah.
It's not a technically conceit, so that might be because it might be like he got a 6 on the winnings somehow.
Yeah.
And oh well. Or it could be money, but I
He
didn't
might have
bet
had
on
he might have
it.
had some money left over from before actually.
Hmm. Even so, if he gets 2 linemen, I can still. Let me see how much money I have. 70k. I can
Oh,
still like scam a morgue if I want.
he should have. So if he bought a lineman, that would bring his bank down to 60, and his TV would still stay the same. So he'd have 2 more linemen after that. So that puts him at 2000. All right, fine. That is quite a lot.
Yeah, but if this was for me playing like hard mode, it would be a straight up Moranian wizard basically.
But you
I
might
still
go
have
for
to
more
decide. Moranian betrayed me once this season, so I don't know if I want him again.
high elves as well. Like it's Moranion or Morg. Those are the 2 choices, really, aren't they?
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
You're not going to go for Sorin. Zara's just not really as good. Oh, Eldril, of course.
Eldril is a bit too fragile for this team, right? For the team I'm playing against.
Yeah, he's got
He has
some.
tackle mighty blow. He has a mighty blow on the blitzer. It's like it would last like alpha game at most, with luck.
Could you afford Eldril and Moranion?
Yes, but why have that when I can 3 dice elves?
Okay.
That's why I like Camry. I like 3 dicing things and crying when I get a 1 in 27. So yeah,
So wait.
this game is like 50-50 from happening or not. So let's see.
So wait. Does Morg mean that you wouldn't get a wizard, or would you get?
Yes,
Yeah.
you mean that I wouldn't get a wizard, but let's see. Depends how I feel during the inducement screen. If I want to have fun or if I want to give him a challenge.
I've gone for a draw, but I guess you kind of need to win, don't you? Or he needs to win.
Oh, he needs to win. I need to play.
Yeah. You want
That's
to
the
win.
good thing with temporary teams. You go into games like, I might try something new. Let's see what happens. Like, you're not pressured to win. I was like a bit pressured to win because I made the prophecy of winning both one division ones, but I guess I was too big for my boots there.
Yeah, that was too hopeful. It would have been amazing
Too
to.
Yeah, it would be like unheard of, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so that is tier 1 done. So champs. Yep. I
Yes.
don't. Oh, one of the games has already been played. Danton got very excited and played yesterday. So
He's getting his games in before he can't, basically.
yeah.
But I'm not been very closely following champs, but I know that Davo is very well positioned to win.
Yeah, I think it's a 2-horse race between. Well, Guido.
Oh, Guido. Oh, didn't notice that Guido won his last game. Sorry. I
Yeah.
saw the leaderboard when Guido
Oh,
still
I
didn't.
know Guido didn't win his last game.
Oh. Hmm.
I don't think. Did he not?
The
No.
leaderboard is messed up.
What?
Okay.
So yeah, we're both looking at Spike, whereas on so Andy and Guido are actually on the same points exactly, right?
Mm.
They're both on 15. I think
Yeah.
the Andy on Spike isn't showing 3 points for some reason, so
Okay,
he should
but
have more
also,
points.
okay, Davo is playing a temporary team.
Yeah.
Who gave up?
Uh, yeah.
I
So
think it was Galbeck that gave up,
yeah.
right?
So Gelbeck's human team got massacred, and he has disappeared.
Oh,
So
I think he's gonna get automatic win because that's just a replacement team. I don't
yeah.
think we found anyone yet to play
Yeah,
against
so
Davo.
Andy's game will be an automatic concede. So Andy's got 2 games, and his last game is against the Vampires, I think, Kilstad.
Yep.
While Guido has 2 tough matches for his
Yeah.
final run. But
Hold
before
on and
we
Ibanen.
before we
Very
get
tough matches.
before we get into that, let's look at the last week's matchups. Let's get into them properly. So the first one was Bork's Horned Dummies against the Silver Lords of Atmore, which is an admin
An
result.
admin win. Yeah.
So
Admin
obviously
result.
didn't happen.
Yeah, the match that was supposed to happen was the Galbeck, I think, one. Yeah. Let's put the poop emoji there.
Yeah.
Then.
But that's the wrong name. Bork's Horned Dummies. It sounds like he's replacing there's a Chaos team that's called the Horned something or other. The Horned Harassers.
Or Harassers.
Yeah. Anyway, I wonder if he dropped out in a different season. He's just using the same filler team. Anyway,
I don't know if he got banned. Let me check. He might have been banned for real, basically.
but yeah, so Gimlet gets some okay SPP. No, some not very exciting SPP. All right, cool.
Okay, he's very close to being banned, but it seems that he left the season for personal reasons and not because he just got fed up.
Okay, cool. So the next game is Bam, Old One versus Andy's Justice Philippe. I joined the game in turn 16, which I think was yesterday or the day before. And Andy was one-turning to make it 2-4, but he'd already won and was, showboating to a greater less extent, right? So, yeah, he had I think it went into a bit of a shootout. And the Woodies were better at that, basically.
Yeah, Woodies are way better at shootout than the Dark Elves.
Yeah. As you can see, like 2 of the touchdowns were on the movement 9 Agi 5. He did some nice one turning with him, I thought.
Devo is very well positioned to just win it, basically.
Yeah, he's, having an almost like one short of a natty and it being Edge 5 gives him a lot of leeway to, and he also plays really well. So
yeah, it's Devo. He also bashed out bashed the Dark Elves also.
Yeah, he did.
Might have helped.
So like the last one turn I saw, the one turner didn't need to do any dodges because there weren't enough Dark Elves to make a screen in the back line as well. I think he might have had to do
it seems that Andrea, like Dalibor, Oldon got a Wizard and Dirty Player lineman. I don't know if he got Bribe and Dirty Player lineman, to be honest. But I wouldn't be surprised that he did.
Oh yeah.
Maybe because does he have Wizard Stadium?
No, I think it shows up here if he has a stadium. Stadium, live arena, yeah. So I think there would be the icon.
Okay.
But I might be wrong.
But yeah, it was an elf on elf game. It was a shootout, and the elves that are better at scoring won.
And hey, Weblin, how are you? Weblin says, "Sure, hands guy looks nice too." Is that Andy's ball recovery? Let me just check old one first.
Oh, the strength 3 block catcher.
Oh, old one has a magician shop, so both teams had a wizard.
Oh, yeah, I was right.
Yeah, sorry. I
Oh,
thought
no, no,
I
no.
thought Spike showed it, but it doesn't. Oh, you mean the strength up catcher? I still don't like strength up catchers.
We had this talk for like all
Yeah,
round since the start of the
every
season.
time. Boo the strength up catcher. That's what I say.
Hi,
Uh,
Wevlin.
yeah,
By
cool.
the way.
All right,
But
so
yeah, it's a very good team. He, like I kind of kudos to Andy Devil because after he started last season with a pretty battered elf team and he brought them back into being a great team again.
I mean, like there's only really like 4 players on this team, right? Maybe 5.
Yeah, but
You know,
that's all that's with all late 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 game elves like
need. Yeah,
you get half of it like one third of your team is the SPP sponges and they just become super elves
yeah.
basically, and the rest are just there for mid shields.
And he's got up to 12 players as well, which I guess is good too.
Yeah, as an AV7 team, if you only have 11 players, you're just inviting problems basically.
All right, so who bet on Andy?
Quite a few people, in fact.
Yeah, the
Okay.
boss.
It was Danton, Ethel, me, Guido, and you. Huh, quite a eclectic group of people that vote for.
Danton, Ethel, you, and Guido. Did you say?
Mm-hmm.
And me.
Yes. Which is a weird group of people to vote on the same person. Oh no, I was looking at the wrong game. I'm sorry.
Ah, yeah. I was about to say I think you're looking at the wrong game. Lol.
Lol, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's
Uh,
fine. It was actually none of those people.
None of those people.
So
It was just me
wait. So
in common.
before we say anything, okay. So I've undone me. I've undone
Ethel,
Guido,
Guido,
and I've
uh,
undone Ethel.
me. Which game I was looking at? Let me see. Oh, it was this one. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
So Galentio, you've got your point already. Carmack.
mhm. Is
Uh,
the remove from Guido also?
yes, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
I was looking at the
Palladius,
Venton game for some reason.
Broccoli, and Wolfbark.
Yep. Are you meowing? My cat is surrounding me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wanting attention as well as
Yes.
me and your work.
Mhm.
um,
Um,
okay. So the next game was RTSD's Jump Up All Stars against Guido's The Elder Children. And this was a slightly surprising result. I think, oh yeah, there's massive voting for Guido in this.
yeah, he had the momentum, but he got nurgled.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
Guido said something about this, but I've forgotten what he said.
yeah. I think people were excited with the prospect of Guido winning it, so we kind of got a bit starstruck, but we forgot that there was a Nurgle kill team on the other side.
Guido says, yeah, today did not work out. Nurgle perfect defense, scuppered one turn, and couldn't get away from tents and diving tackle. And then he says, have to win against Dark Elves next week and try to get the touchdown difference up.
Yeah, I think yeah, it's gonna get. That's the thing. That's the only thing that is kind of in favor of Guido. Is that since Andy is gonna get the admin win, he's only gonna get one touchdown difference. So
Whereas he might have got more if he was actually playing.
yep, if he was playing Gelbeck, he would get more, I would think, and that's the thing that might edge out Guido to win because yeah, if he
It
does
might.
good, but also he's playing really two really good coaches, so
Yeah, he's got a
It's
tough run in while Andy's got an easy run in. But if he manages to win
he's,
them, if he
Mhm,
manages to win them both,
mhm.
the touchdown differential does become really important.
Yeah, he's playing against the other two elves of the league,
So
and
he
elf games are never
he,
sure,
he needs to
basically.
make them shootouts. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
shootout. No, he needs to make it shootouts and not get also a lot of touchdowns against him. Like win like Andy Devil like he won 4-2. He wants games like that basically, you know, or winning 3-1
yeah,
or
exactly.
3-0 even would be great. But it's,
But that
with the
usually
elves, it's
that
very
that's usually more likely if you turn into a shootout, right? If you make the other
mhm.
elf team roll dice to score, then there's a chance they fail at turnover and you get a chance to score back, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, next game is
Anyway.
Keelstead's Bats are back, who got beaten by Wolfbark's Warpstone Watchers. Uh,
Hmm. That I think didn't I vote for Wolfpark? What am I thinking, Jesus?
huh.
Uh,
I mean,
but yeah, it seems like.
it's a tough match. Like Underworld are not that fast, and the
Mhm.
vampires are kind of scary. So it's not that surprising that you'd vote against Wolfbark. Um,
And it didn't bash him out that much. It was just,
no,
I think it was just the thrower scored twice, the movement 8 one.
yeah, the Vamps
So
got.
mhm.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Vamps scored quickly on their half, and Wolfbark just controlled the game and the ball and scored in 8 turns.
Yeah,
Or you know,
and Skitter on this what did he get? He got Skitter, but then got Wizard and might have got other things. He had a lot of endorsements that only I only see Skitter. Skitter, Wizards, and maybe a bribe or two. Yeah, most probably was it.
yeah, interesting.
Because he has a lot of goblins, he could just follow all day. But it seems like the kind of game where the Underworld was able to score, it stole the ball and scored quickly, and they just hold out, and that's it. Like I would say that the troll also got a Kaz, that might have been made a difference, but you know.
It's hard,
Looking at the
yeah.
teams, you wouldn't think it would be 2-0.
And also looking at the, you kind of expect the three killers to get more than just two cabs between them, right?
Yeah, yeah. Also, that was surprising thing. Maybe it was the killers that got a lot of Kazes, but no,
Yeah,
only one of them got Kazes. But maybe it was the three KOs were on vampires, maybe, and it made a lot of difference. That's the kind of game I'll watch on Vengeful Bites
yeah.
and Vengeful Pickle and see what happened. Which from the stats we can tell much what happened.
No. Oh, maybe we
Okay,
can.
what happened?
Oh,
KO, Surf, KO, Badly Hurt. Oh, he got, yeah, it was at the end of the second drive, he had two KO vampires and two KO trolls. And he just took advantage of that and stole the ball and scored. On the first half, he scored very quickly. He scored like on turn 4,
mm-hmm.
basically. And then the vampires weren't able to score. Oh no, the vampires scored quickly on the first half, which is odd for vampires.
No,
They scored
vampires
on,
always do that. They always score quickly, try and put their opponents on defense.
and then
Oh, no, not always, but often, I should say.
the underworld wasn't able to score on the first half, which
Ah,
is odd.
okay. Yeah.
And then they just started badly hurting and KOing things on the second half. Like started with like KOs, one badly hurt like 3 turns, and then just scored quickly. The vampire received, but then started suffering even more KOs and badly hurts. Mostly KOs. He got like 4 KOs by the end of the second underworld touchdown, which was like turn 14. And the vampires couldn't score back, basically. He oh, let's see. He was trying to potato it, but it failed. The vampire tried to potato by putting a vampire up front, but the underworld was able to injure the vampire and basically put him out of the game or injure a troll. It was a troll. Yeah. It's a, like it was a flip. It ended 1-0 and then the Underworld flipped it on the second half 2-1 with all the
Yeah,
chaos they got.
yeah. Okay, cool. And I've done the betting already. Me, Ethelred, Danton, and Wolfbark all thought Wolfbark could win.
Mm.
But yeah. All right. So the last game of the week is Nibbanen against Danton.
Mm.
Ooh,
Wait, did he write something about this match on Discord? I
he
think.
might have.
Let's.
See.
Okay, here it is. It could have guaranteed the win on turn 16, but instead got greedy and ended up getting yet another movement perm on a positional while also turning a win into a draw.
Yeah.
LOL.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I assume rolls more dice than he had to because he was trying to level Colin the Meanie.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Because that's the guy who got the movement bust.
Mm-hmm. Uh, even for the shorts, that's a lot of armor breaks also. Like
Uh,
even with claw, you have like a 40% chance of armor break, and
yeah.
considering it was half of them,
Don't forget he's. I think does he have a bribe stadium and 2 dirty players?
hmm.
So there will be some fouling in there, I
And two
think,
send-offs, so
and
he's.
2 send offs.
Mhm. But it was Danton that got the inducements, which I guess he spent on Wizard maybe.
Oh no, he doesn't have a bribe stadium. He just has 2 dirty players, and he just used them both. So
Yeah.
he was obviously
So
fouling.
so basically, Danton might have gone with the Wizard and just try to push the shots into a shootout because he was losing players left and right from the stats or getting them all stunned and couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
And almost won with it basically. But yeah, that's the thing with humans when the dice, like when the dice are not on your favor, it's even worse than elves because with elves you can get away with some two rolls. With humans, getting a two on most occasions it's a disaster.
and Danton actually voted for the draw as well. So
Rigged.
indeed, that's exactly what I was about to say. So did Carmack, Palladius, the Spider, and Guido.
The spider is well positioned to win it all.
Yeah. Well, that's close.
Oh, Danton has 49. I just
Oh,
realized now.
Danton is now ahead with
Yeah,
by betting on a draw in his own game.
he sneaked on us.
Yeah. Actually, probably it was probably betting on Wolfbark in the last one that got him ahead of Spider, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Uh,
that was an unlikely bet considering.
yeah.
Okay.
So
And that's it
as
for the round.
yeah,
Next round.
as we said,
Now.
Spike is not showing correctly for the table. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, Andy and Guido are both on 15. Is Bam still on 12? So they could still theoretically.
I'll probably give a shout out on the OCC Discord about it.
Yeah. About what? What?
The spike thingy not being
Okay.
updated.
Like old one's still only 3 points behind. I guess we know that Andy's winning one game, which means you know 3 points is not enough to catch up. And I would guess Bam's touchdown difference isn't good enough to get them into position. Maybe it is. Anyway, that's the betting done for the week. So I'm going to copy that and
Yes.
hide it and post it into the channel we keep for.
It's a lot of points this season. Jesus. I don't
Yeah, well,
think we got so close to 50 in so many
I don't
years.
think we've done four. I don't think we've actually managed to cover 4 divisions before properly. Like I
Mm-hmm.
feel like we might have had missed weeks more often. Hey, Silfwin, how
Yeah.
are you? How was your holiday?
Oh,
Are you back
I.
from holiday? I was vaguely in the chat of Ratimo's stream yesterday. It was fun, but I kind of that I fell asleep.
It was fun, but I fell asleep.
Yeah, I'm tired, man. Jeez.
You got so excited with the game that you fell asleep.
Yeah,
From tired, like you
exactly.
exhaustion.
Uh, anyway,
Yes.
so
Okay.
the coming matches. The first game that we're going to look at is Gimlick's Silverlords of Altmar against Nibbenen's Motivated Squad.
Not an easy game for either team, but the Sharks I think have like in terms of looking just looking at the teams, I would say Sharks have the better uh, chance of winning, but they also have a few like unremarkable Sharks. They have like three Sharks that are like it's a lot.
The Elves get 200 TV of inducements, right? So I guess that's just going to be a Wizard and a Babe at this point in the season.
They have two loners, so you need to add
Yeah.
140.
That includes the 140. They're going to be on 1750, right?
7, okay, 70, 50, 210.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wizard, and he still can get a lineman that is not a loner. He has money for it. But does he want? Because it's shorts and he'll probably lose players.
Yeah, I'd rather have loners.
So you can replace a blitz or a catcher if they die.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Save,
that's
save
we can't forget that Gimlick has a one turner, which is me.
money.
How do I get to be a one turner? I'll never know.
You say it was boring, but it was entertaining hearing the two of you talk as well. Like, you know, that's what I was referring to. The game was done before I tuned in. I must admit.
You're talking with Sylphine.
Yeah, sorry.
But it's
the voting
I
so
would
far is heavily in favour of Gimlick.
yeah.
I think more so than is entirely fair.
I think it's more likely for Gimlick to win. Like all Sharps like all Sharps against one turners, it's they don't have much tools to stop a one turner.
Yeah,
Basically.
fair. Well, tackle across the whole back line. But
Even so, like Gimlick's team is so out there that he could technically one dice anyone with a movement 9 catcher and just let the one turner pass.
okay. That's fair. All right, so most people have gone for a Gimlick win. There's a few less,
I think I also went.
but some people have gone for a draw, and only one person has gone for Nibbenen. And I have a feeling. Oh no, and that was Danton.
Okay. Pete Pat just updated the Spike leaderboard.
Okay, cool. It probably won't work until you refresh the page with it. So
he refreshed the page and it's fine now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm still in that mode, but fine. All right. So the next game is Kielstad against Danton. So the Bats are back. I keep wanting to say black. Bats are back against the Celtic Tigers. Vampires have a level to take. So they're going to be 2k on a fresh vampire. They got 13 players at the moment. It might go, I like being up 14, and he has the money to buy Thrall, and he has 6 vampires, so probably buy a Thrall.
Which game are we talking?
Kielstad's Bats are back against Danton's.
Which already happened.
Oh, that one's been played already. Right. And
I was like very confused. Which vampires is he talking?
It's a draw. It was a draw, but
it was the draw that we talked about. I think a bit.
You started.
No, we haven't talked about it yet.
No,
but we can talk it now if you want.
Let's
just save it for the next week.
Save it for next week.
But spoiler alert, it was a tie. Yes.
Yeah. So that's going to give Carmack, Flavius, and Spider some points. Putting Spider back into equal with Danton. Anyway, so next game is RTSD's Jumper All Stars, the horrible Nurgle team, at home to Wolfbark.
Wolfbark.
Yeah, so
it doesn't even get to play home against these.
Yeah, so no Nuffle 15 player Nurgle, 1990. against 1600 TV Nurgle, their Underworld. So Wolfbark gets 390 TV inducements, which is almost exactly Skitter and what's his name?
Glart.
And Glart.
Which, like, it might seem like it's gonna be a sure thing, but this is this is one of the most dangerous teams in all the division for the Nurgle.
Yeah, with all the claw palm, you mean? And
Yeah, all the claw.
and
It
both
doesn't.
horns as well. Horns means getting the
Yeah.
dice where the Nurgle may not want.
The only thing that might save the Nurgle is foul appearance.
Oh, and the Nurgle don't have that much guard as well. That's going to
Yeah,
be a main
yeah.
issue.
This Nurgle is very much built to be a kill team. And when facing against a stunty team that has killer pieces, it might do some damage even.
I had my bet as a draw, but having looked at the teams, I'm changing it to a Wolfbark pin. I don't actually think he's going to go for Skitter and Glart.
I think he's gonna go for Glart and Wizard.
I think he's going to go for Wizard, yeah. I'm not sure what he'll do with the rest of them.
Glart is the best star player against this. Or even Skitter if he wants to be more agile.
I mean, they only have one tackle, right? And they have a lot of claw, so Glart being high armor, strong player doesn't really do very much.
Yeah, he already has the blitzes for to be Glarts, basically.
Yeah, exactly. What does Glart really bring except maybe a body that's a bit too expensive? Whereas Skitter's a cheaper body,
Yep.
and has dodge against a.
It's not that much cheaper than Glart because we're talking about the gutter runner, basically.
Yeah, but it's a movement 9 player, which is
he could get Skitter, a bomber, or chainsaw. Chainsaw. He could get a chainsaw. I forget.
Or a ball and chain.
Or ball and chain. He could get Fez.
Yeah, I like Fez.
And a wizard on top of all of it if he's careful enough, I think.
Yeah.
If he was at home, this would be even more dangerous for the Nurgle.
Yeah.
Like we can't rule out that the Nurgle will just bonk the Underworld into death.
Yeah.
There's goblins to kill, but it's a game that the Nurgle have to play very carefully. I'm gonna change my vote into Wolfbark because that's the result I want. Not the one that's more likely, but it's the result I want because everyone loves to see a Nurgle get beaten on their own
maybe
game.
maybe it's the result I want as well, and that's why I've made my subconscious wants it. All right, so next is Old One and Bam.
Birmingham.
Yeah, who have the Magician's Shop, as you well remembered.
Mm-hmm.
And they are currently at 1740, but that is with 10 players. So they're actually at 1810 against Guido's elder children, Jesus Christ, who are at
4 loners.
460, but yeah, have 1460, but have 4 loners. That's 280. So that's 740. I forgot what the first number was now. But 740 against 810. So 770. So there's 70 inducements between them, which isn't that much.
Does Guido get a lineman here? Is it worth?
No.
No.
You mean with inducements? You mean
No. Buying with his treasury.
No, definitely not. No, like you're getting rid of the loner skill is not worth it for the risk of possibly wasting money or. Yeah, no.
I'm predicting this will be another shootout with 2 wizards. No team will feel comfortable stalling, so it'll just become a shootout again.
That favors Guido, doesn't it? Because Bam are not that fast. In fact, their 1 movement 8 player is missing from this.
Yeah, and Guido has 3 catchers.
So
one of them is an Ari. It's sure feet. Legend.
Bam's going to want to make this into a slow 8-turn drive and then try and turn over the opponents, right?
This is the kind of matchup that having a wizard staying is working against. Hold on.
I'm changed my mind. I'm going for Guido. I think Guido can win this, and he also needs to win it more than Bam does. Maybe.
Yeah, Bam, I think is out of the. No. Bam is still much in the discussion, but he needs to hope that for some miracle Dave loses in the last match against the Vampires.
Yeah, and he has to win
Mm.
by something because
Oh, and he has to win by quite a lot.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he's out of the race. He's out of the race. Forget it.
So he the next
But he's fighting to stay on the division next season,
yeah.
basically.
So top four is fine, right?
Yeah, top
Uh,
four is fine. Depends a lot on the Wolfpark Nurgle game, to be honest.
yeah,
Uh,
that's so
the
that's
fight for
that's a
that spot.
six-pointer. If one of those wins, they go up to 12, which puts a lot of pressure on Bam.
Mm-hmm. And Gimlik also is there on the shuffle,
Yeah,
and he's has a favorable matchup against the Shroffs in theory.
yeah, and
And
which
Oldon is gonna play Guido and he's gonna play Gimlik next game. So he's fighting against the two people that are like in the shuffle for staying in champs at least.
yeah,
At least stay
we
and Guido is playing to win the
yeah
whole thing.
we haven't looked at this last game because it's going to be admin win for Andy, as we mentioned, which is the
Mm-hmm.
last thing. So yeah, the week after, Gimlick against
Yeah,
Old One.
like
Ooh,
the fight for who wins champs, it's starting to get a bit one-sided to table, but the race to see who stays in champs next season is still pretty much very open.
RTSD gets the free win, so if if
Oof.
if he beats
So
Wolfbark, he's pretty much guaranteed staying in champs.
yep, another reason not to go to champs next.
Yeah, maybe I'll try not to win my last two games and get promoted. Lol.
Jesus, imagine facing that team and just watching your team from like 5 seasons just evaporate.
That's fine. 5 season old Norse is basically the new team again.
Yeah, like getting to 5 seasons with Norse is already achievement. Doesn't matter the division.
Okay, we're done, right? That's it.
We're done. I
Hoorah!
don't have to pretend we like each other's company anymore.
When are you playing your games? Have you? Oh, yours are all booked for the weekend, but you're too busy to play.
I'm gonna play the defining one-way game at midday UK time
Mm-hmm.
on Sunday, the one against Swedo. And the Alexa's game might be Friday at 10 p.m. UK or Monday at 10 p.m. UK, but there's a possibility that I can't attend those time slots, basically.
Hmm. I'm playing. I played Ethelred's game yesterday and won for him, and I will be playing my game tonight after my UK BBL game. So I've got two games in a row. I might stream them. We'll see how I feel. I was a bit tired yesterday, so I might not, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I noticed we have 9 viewers, which is a lot, and I wonder if they're all people who don't want to watch Space Cadet, as Space Cadet is the main big streamer at the moment.
There's Elliot. Elliot
Oh,
is starting
Eliod's literally just started. Okay, so we'll raid Eliod on the assumption
Yeah, some
ev-
people started leaving when they
that
realized it was ending. Also.
yeah that and also on the assumption that everyone has picked to watch us because they don't want to watch Space Cadet.
Imagine that being so bored that they watch us. Jesus.
I mean, we get people watching who aren't even in OCC, right? It does kind of
Yeah.
boggle my mind a little bit.
Yeah, it's lurker. Just want some people to listen to while they do other stuff.
Yeah, fair.
Sometimes.
All right. So the raid is on its way any second now. So all right, goodbye and see you next week, I guess, or maybe tonight, or maybe Sunday on Galentio stream. Randomize.
Sunday, I would say.
Yeah. Anyway, goodbye.
All right.